Hey guys, I'm Nick,
And I'm Kat.
and you're listening to
Just two people pleasers.
Whoop
Woo
Whoop.
woo woo.
We back, and we're here to talk about Disney.
Because Disney did us dirty.
I feel like I've been slightly upset at Disney since at least early college. Is that when the Marvel acquisition happened? Like, were we in college or was that high school? I did a presentation on it. I just can't remember if it was. I literally did for one of my classes. I was like, okay, this is why I don't like what's happening. And then they took Star Wars too, and I was like, what is happening? They did an okay job with Deadpool Wolverine. They did my boy justice, I guess.
Disney got Marvel in 2009? That doesn't seem right.
What?
Maybe like.
What?
Okay, in 2015 it was transferred.
So it's gotta be high school.
Yeah.
Either that or freshman year of college, I was like, this is why I don't like what happened. Because I was talking about, the presentation was more on, like, who has rights to what superheroes and stuff. So there was still, like, the whole Spider-Man thing was happening and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. So like.
What happened in 2009?
They like acquired it.
Okay.
And then in 2015 they like. So, like, Disney bought it in 2009, and then in 2015, like, Disney, like, kind of, like, merged, I guess.
Oh,
like,
right.
So Marvel is, like, at the Disney studios and stuff.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Because I was like, 2009.
Like,
that's...
yeah.
Like, when...
What?
I
can't believe it's been that long, though. Wow. Anyway. So, yeah, a little salty. You know, I'm not a Disney girly. I like Epcot. But I feel like
I wonder why.
So it has to happen. It has to be said. We have to talk for like a minute about the Snow White movie. I'm sorry. Like, everyone's talking. The whole internet is talking about it. I just watched a YouTube video today to mentally prepare because I don't want to watch the movie. I'm sorry.
I want to so badly.
I'll watch it with you, but never alone. I'm not gonna take time out of my day. Like, if you want to split the cost to rent it,
see,
we can make like a movie day.
So much money to rent it is $25.
Oh,
to buy it's like 30 something. Because when I turn on my TV,
oh no,
big Snow White comes up, and I'm just like,
like
I saw that, and I was like, oh, like I thought, Disney Plus or something. No, it's to buy or to rent.
Well, that's what we're gonna talk about, why they're doing that, because I thought this was. Listen to this, because this makes zero sense to me. Their budget was reported to be between $240 to $270 million. Explain why there's a $30 million range in the middle there. I have no idea. So, at the worldwide box office, they only made $204 million. So supposedly they're at at least $40 million deficit. But some sources, I don't know where they're getting these sources, say $100 million they lost from this movie. So again, budget 240, 270. Box office made $204 million. And then, according to Forbes, I don't know, their break-even was $427.8 million to cover production costs. How? I don't understand the film world. But, like, that's a lot of big numbers. And why is it double? Why is their break-even double?
Marketing, maybe?
I guess that's what production, like post-filming.
Yeah, if the budget for the movie was this amount, then to promote it, you have to pay more, I guess.
Oh my gosh, they probably made needless commercials and merchandise.
Yeah, well, and they did a lot of interviews and stuff. And also, I think they were filming they were filming around the time that the writer's strike happened, I think. And, like, I think they stopped, but because that was when Rachel Zegler, however you pronounce her name, that's when she went viral, because she was wearing the Snow White costume.
Oh my gosh.
Being like, I'm in costume 14 hours a day. I deserve to be paid. Even though it was a writer's strike, but go off, queen.
All right, well, so that happened.
Sorry.
No, I'm like, that explains a lot. But,
yeah.
So, it did so bad, they called it a box office bomb, adequately named, that they have now halted their live action productions of Hercules and Tangled. Which, again, stop making this is something that I didn't realize I had strong feelings about until I saw previews for the How to Train Your Dragon
Oh my god.
live action. Because then we're just going into
That one
live action.
is shot for shot. They're doing a shot for shot live action remake.
Uh-huh. And Lilo and Stitch is the same thing, right? They're doing a shot for shot of the
Probably,
movie. Because at least the trailer I saw was all the parts we love about the original Lilo and Stitch, just with real people. I'm like, you had the chance to do something here. Why? And why? You know?
My only thought is they want to keep the copyright. And if they do a thing, then they can recopyright it and stuff. Or up it or whatever.
Okay.
Or because there's such a, they want to get the fan base that loved it when it first came out, and they want to get new people too. So they're like, let's just make it again. Because the people that loved it the first time, they'll come to see it, and
but
then
why
new people.
Why did we love it? Because the characters were a certain way, and it was like the world building was amazing. If you do not do it justice, you will now the entire base that you're selling to will now turn against you.
Yes.
Like,
I didn't say it was a good idea.
No,
I just
no.
Yeah,
you did not. Fair enough. Like, Hiccup doesn't seem like himself, and then as Astrid, right? Is the girl that he falls for? She doesn't look anything like she does in the cartoon. It's like, what is happening? And like, yeah, off screen I saw them do like an interview, and they're like super cute, and like they seem like great people. It's just like Percy Jackson all over again. Like, don't mess with. I'm sorry, like live. Just don't mess with it. Don't mess with it.
Especially if you have to do a lot of CGI. Why are you making it live action?
Thank you. Back to Snow White again. That's all we're gonna say, because apparently it was like a big to do about like, yeah. So, but y'all know what we're talking about. But there's a subset now, which is gonna be the rest of this episode. What do you do when Disney wants to take a beloved cartoon? It's Lilo and Stitch are trying to do this again. I just realized. Why are they taking a cartoon and making it an even worse cartoon?
They're making it realistic-ish.
Like, leave it. I'm so excited for you to go off on this episode, because can you begin to explain to me the rationale for taking beautifully animated, like 2D animals and saying we're just going to make them like just as realistic as possible, but we're just watching, like, what are you watching now, National Geographic? Like, that's not why. All those what was that series where the Chihuahuas talked? That series of movies, it was like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
It was like really funny and like, oh my gosh, and like just our mouth moved.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what this movie is. I haven't seen it, so would you like to drum roll what movie we're talking about? Any guesses?
Mufasa. Let me take you down a trip down memory lane. It is Mother's Day, and my mommy, she didn't want to watch a bad horror movie, which that's so upsetting, because she was like, can we watch like a movie? Because she gets a little annoyed that we watch bad horror movies all the time, which justifiable. So I saw that Mufasa came out on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh, we could watch that.
Is that what it's called? I'm so out of the loop.
It's called Mufasa.
I'm like, why isn't she calling it Lion King?
No, because Lion King was made. That already happened in like 2019 or something.
So this isn't a shot for shot. This is like its own.
This is Mufasa's story.
Interesting.
Because why not?
Why not?
Because I guess they wanted to keep the copyright, I don't know. Or like they just wanted to expand more.
They wanted to show off their CGI, I think. They wanted to like,
well, if they spent all of that time making the lions and everything, I'm sure they were like, please, we have it. Can we just do something else with it?
Yep.
But yes, I made a PowerPoint about Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Because it's a journey.
Oh, yes. I love that you put spoilers. You're so great at that. I hate when people spoil things. But, like, you always, like, front and center. Whenever we go into a topic, you're like, spoiler alert. So there it is.
Sometimes it's, like, 10 minutes into it, but, you know, whatever. Yeah. So, spoilers for Mufasa. But Honestly, there's not much to spoil if you've seen The Lion King.
Cool. All right. That's good to know.
Because, so Mufasa, the subtitle, of course, is a movie no one asked for, but we got anyway.
Which is a lot of movies lately, but moving on.
But, so, this is the origin story
What's happening?
for Mufasa, surprise. Taka, which is Scar's real name,
Okay.
and then Sarabi,
The
which
wife.
is, Mufasa's wife and stuff. But then there's more origin stories, because you remember Rafiki and Zazu?
Yeah.
You get to learn about them too. You're learning about everybody. The movie is called Mufasa, but we learn almost nothing about Mufasa.
I was really hoping that was what it was, because I was worried you were about to tell me there's going to be a 5-movie series where we go into each one's backstory.
Oh no, they
But it's all
wrote
one
them
movie.
all. Yeah.
Thank goodness.
I don't know if they advertise it, because I didn't see a trailer for it or anything, but like
Okay.
it just kind of like they kind of pop up out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay, okay, sure, I know about you now, cool. So, I want to ask you a question. If the movie is called Mufasa, and we're assuming that we're gonna learn about Mufasa,
Yes.
where do you think such a movie should start?
At his birth? Probably. Something
Probably.
Like movies start like he's in the world, yay.
Incorrect. We're post Lion King, the first movie.
Oh, what?
So we open with Simba is talking to Kiara, their daughter.
Oh, it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Mom, Dad, can I hear about how...
Oh. No. It's even weirder. Because Kiara is just like, I'm afraid of the rain. And then Simba's like, don't be. I gotta go. Because Nala is giving birth to their son. But Kiara is surprised to figure out she has a brother at the end of the movie. So I'm like, what? She didn't know? But yeah, so...
Oh my
Because it's
gosh.
about to rain. Nala goes into like a little cave and Simba's like, I gotta go find Nala. So he leaves her in the care of Timon and Pumbaa.
Why are Timon and Pumbaa scary? Why do
Yeah.
they look so scary?
Mm-hmm. And there's
Wait,
still
that's
like the
scary in the
comic
movie.
relief thing.
Yeah, but like... There's such thing as too realistic.
Yeah.
Like, we love the movies because they take us out of reality.
Yes. Yeah. The warthog, we're not... Yeah. No.
I don't like that. Mm.
I will say, I literally just forgot that. Timon's the not warthog, right? Pumbaa's the warthog.
That sounds right. I was gonna hope you knew.
Because I think I think...
I forgot Simba's name until you said it. So that's where I'm at.
But yeah, so warthog doesn't really talk that much.
Okay.
But he just kind of exists there. But like, he's not moving his mouth, so you're just kind of like, oh, okay.
Okay.
But they're both like comic relief characters.
Okay.
Because that's what they were in the first movie, so we're just gonna keep them. So they go into like the little cave where they live, and then Rafiki's like, I'm here now. I'm gonna tell you a story. And everyone's like, okay, cool. And he's like, it's about your grandfather, Mufasa. And then, title screen. And then...
That's why you said it like that?
No.
I was like, did they say it like that?
No, because I think... Yeah, in the Lion King, someone says it like that. Yeah. I think it's like one of the hyenas says it like that or something.
Okay, fair enough.
But, so now we're almost 10 minutes into the movie, and we're getting to the start of Mufasa's life. And no, we're not getting to the start. He's already born, he's walking. And then, so I'm going to butcher these names.
That's okay.
But Mesigo and Afi? Those are his parents.
Okay.
And they're on a rock, and they're just looking out, and then the mom's like, Mufasa, come here, look. Beyond the horizon is Malele, which is like the promised land.
Oh.
It's the Pride Land.
Well, yeah.
But like it just
This is
they call
before
it
it's
different.
before it's theirs. Before he goes in. Okay.
So they're going that way because they want to get to there, and then they have a whole song about Malele.
Of course.
And
oh, why do you gotta put songs in it?
there's so many. There's so many songs. There was one point.
There's a lot of songs.
I mean, there's not as many as there could have been, but like, out of nowhere someone started singing. I was like, thank you, I needed another song.
Okay.
It really would have destroyed everything. Oh, and before I forget, we are in and out of the story. So, because Timon and Pumbaa have to say something. So it'll be like a scene, and then they'll cut, and Timon's like, I don't like where this story's going. Or, when do I come into the story? Blah, blah, blah. And then, so nothing happens, and then we go back to the story.
Okay.
So probably like 20 minutes of this could have not been in the movie because it's not relevant to Mufasa's story.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, at the beginning of us learning about Mufasa and everything, Rafiki says that it's been 20 full moons since rain. So everything's, like, there's a big drought. Which, I was like, that sounds so ridiculous. I'm like, that can't be real. It is, apparently. So, a full moon cycle is like 29.5 days. So then I did the math. So it was almost a year. It was more than a year and a half of a drought, which I did look it up. Apparently they can be years long.
Wow.
Which I did not know. So thank you, Mufasa. I'm learning things. I learned that droughts can be really long.
Wow.
So we have.
Sorry for that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I wrote little notes for just So we have the Malay song. Then rain comes. And there was like, oh my god, rain. Thank God. We're all happy.
Okay.
Let's go into a hole that is filling with water to celebrate that there is water. Surprise! Now it's a river. And surprise, Mufasa can't swim.
Oh, no.
So then Daddy comes to go and get him, and then
of course
a big whoosh of water, and then Mufasa's like swept away. Because, like, so I said he was swept away in a completely preventable way. Just don't go into the hole. Like, you let your son go in, and you're like, oh, this is fun. And then when it's like halfway filled, he's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't go.
Yep.
So then they try to get him out, and then the mom is like kind of on the side, like, come on, jump over here. And then
so he doesn't even like get his son out. He just gets swept away, and then Mufasa still goes down the river.
Yeah, he's trying to like get to him, but then just the water comes, and then they all whoosh.
Oh my gosh! He didn't even like pull him out and then dies.
Well,
like that would have been a little more like okay.
It cuts away, so we don't know what happens to his parents. But spoiler, at the end, his mom is in the Pride Lands, and then she's like, "Your dad didn't make it."
He doesn't find out till then. Yeah, goodness gracious.
Yeah. These people take grief, and they are perfectly fine with it. It is so funny. They're just like, "Oh, probably we'll never see them again. Whatever, that's fine." So, Mufasa's just like on a log floating down.
Okay.
Floating down the river. And then we are thrown into the land of Taka, Scar. And so this happens twice in the movie. They do the reference of like, Scar puts his claws into the thing and then drops them.
Yeah.
So
that's rough.
The first time that they meet, he does that to help pull him out of the water.
Wow.
And you're like, whoa, that's really weird. That's cool that they did that throwback. And then they're like, we'll do it again. Don't you worry. No. So, because there's crocodiles. So then he pulls them out of the water, blah, blah, blah. And then, so, these are royalty lions now, we've decided. So there's Queen Essay and King Obasi and Taka. The queen brings Mufasa back and is like, he's a stray, but he's gonna live with the females. Like, he's not gonna bother you or anything. He's just gonna live with the females. And the king's like, no. He's a stray. I'm gonna eat him.
What?
He says, yeah. He's like, he smells really bad, and I'm gonna eat him. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe in some animal hierarchies.
Yeah, that was my only conclusion too. I was like, I guess that like, so. For some reason, which makes no sense, the king's like, well, Taka's really good at running, so if you beat him in a race, then you can stay, but if not, I'm eating you.
All right, stakes are high.
So then they do a little race, and then And then Sokka's like kind of in the lead, and then he's like, oh, you know what's really funny, Mufasa? I've always wanted a brother. And then he like trips and falls, so like he throws the race so that Mufasa can win.
So he saves his life and then takes it. That's wow.
Yeah.
Really interesting. So without him, Simba doesn't get born. It's real deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It goes real deep.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then after like, you know, Taka loses, his mom's like, good job, like, because she wanted him to throw the race because, you know, they didn't want the king to eat a lion.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
But I will say, this movie, very weird, but them as little cubs, they're so cute. Look at them.
Oh, okay.
They're so cute.
Oh.
And just every time I'm like, oh, and then they grow up and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's a lion. But there's one thing that they do that I can't accurately show, and I couldn't find like a video of it, but it's as if they put like a GoPro on like a thing so that you're running and you can like see it like head on.
Yeah.
It looks so bad and so dumb.
No.
It looks like that picture of Thacker you have.
Oh my god.
Like it's that, but like in movement. And it's just like, what is happening? Like it looks like a cat just being a cat.
Aww.
And for copyright reasons, we can't play this video. I'm gonna force Nick to watch the brother song.
Oh boy.
And because it's still stuck in my head. It is stuck in my head.
Thank you for that, because now I know where the TikTok audio comes from.
So yes, what are your impressions, since we can't use the part where we're talking over it.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Right, because it was playing like real soft in the background.
Yeah.
Wait, did I say anything like? What?
You said it reminded you
of Moana and Hamilton, and what did you say?
That when Miranda did the song too. He's just everywhere. Disney got him, and they're like, we're keeping you in the basement.
No,
anytime there's a song, you're coming.
Because like once they pay somebody, like they'll be like, you're gonna do a million things for us before you leave, type of thing.
I mean, he seems happy.
That's good.
But I will say, this song and then the next song that I have to show you.
Okay.
And it might hurt a little bit, but like the rhyming.
This one was good though.
Yeah.
I thought.
I will say, we rhyme brother and brother and brother. It's like the amount of times that they say brother, you would die if you did like a drinking game. Like just with that song, like
you wouldn't pour the drinks fast enough.
Yeah, it's like, it's just aggressive. So yes, they bond through a song.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything but the trailers. So this is the first time I've seen a clip from the movie. Like, while it's weird that they're singing and talking, like they did a great job with like the landscapes and stuff. Gorgeous.
Yeah, it does look very gorgeous.
It was gorgeous. Definitely style over substance overall, but I thought overall, yes, from the clip I saw, it was good. It was adequate.
Aesthetically, yes, and then it's just there's some parts that's like, what is happening? Also, Taka's British.
Oh my gosh, thank you for saying that, because
I forgot. He started singing. I was like, oh yeah, he's British.
Yeah, Kat just goes, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that in the slideshow. Why didn't you lead with that?
Because I forgot. Because
aren't they in the middle of Africa?
Yes, but there are some places in Africa that like it's like a British accent and stuff.
Fair enough, but like
But also, neither of his parents really have an accent. So I'm like, where did his accent come from?
He watched a lot of British TV.
Yeah, and his tree. He's just like, all right, boop, boop.
Yep.
But yes, so they bond through a song, and then we do like a nice transition of them being cubs to more adult, like, but they don't have their manes yet.
Gotcha.
So they look really weird for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
Because
the rest of the movie,
they don't grow them. They're just staying that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and then also there's a slight color difference between them, but not enough for my dumb eyes to tell the difference.
That's the other thing I was thinking. I was like wait, who's singing? Because I had to ask you. I was like, what happened to his mom? Why is he singing about his mom? Like, well, that was Mufasa. Like his mom and dad doesn't know where they are. It's like, oh, okay. Because I got them confused.
Yeah, because there's things that happen, and like I'm just like, okay. It's the other line. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But yes, so they grow and they're still besties and everything. And then, bum bum, the villain finally arrives. But he has to do it with song. Because, for some reason, Mufasa is like a god. He's got some supernatural powers, but it's not. It's just like the queen kind of trains him to be able to like use all of his senses essentially. And she's like, close your eyes and like, what do you feel and what do you smell and blah blah blah. But it's like very like miles away. He's like, I smell the water or something. Like it's like
wow,
really weird. So he's staying with like the female lions and everything. So he's just they're going out and hunting and they're, you know, yucking it up and everything.
Okay.
And it's just him and the queen. I've not seen a single other female lion in their whole pride.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we ever do. But so they're just, you know, they're looking and stuff, and then out of nowhere these two white lions come and they just start attacking. And like and Mufasa fights them and like it's so weird. He picks one up, basically just throws it on a log and then goes to fight the other one. And that that lion's dead now.
Oh.
The amount of force that had to happen is so much, but it looked like he just went like like, and because the other white lion comes back to his pride and is like, oh yeah, the other one's dead. And I'm like, how? And the one that died, surprise surprise, is the prince.
Oh my god.
It is Kuros's son. So the other lion that went hunting with him, it's implied that he gets killed and eaten probably by the other white lions because, you know, you let the prince die. Which also, why is the prince going hunting? If you're afraid he's gonna get murdered.
No idea.
Why is he going hunting? So like, this is basically all his fault. Not that I'm saying it's your fault your son got killed, but why are you sending him out?
But also,
when you have all these other lions that are like there's like 3 lions that are like, we're gonna kill you.
So I'm guessing that he voices
yes
the lion
because there's a little bit of an accent, and I was like, I need to know who this is, so I looked it up.
What's his name again?
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
I look it up and it says that, and I'm like, oh my, what? Huh?
My sister had him. I hope she never listens to this because she would kill me. She had him as her screensaver for at least like 2 or 3 months. And every time she'd change a different picture of him, she'd be like, look at him. He's gorgeous. I'm going to marry him one day. He's amazing. I'm sorry, I forgot your name, man.
But yes, I know him from Hannibal.
Yes.
And so for the rest of the movie, I'm like, oh, Hannibal's singing about his dead son.
I think of when he played that villain from Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's what I think of him from. Yeah.
See, for me, since I saw him in Hannibal first,
yes.
Hannibal was in the Marvel universe doing the weird Doctor Strange stuff, and now he's a lion.
Cool.
So it just, yeah. So, but their whole thing is like, there's only the white lions are allowed to live, and.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, yeah.
Anyway.
Moving along.
Moving along.
You know the thought that we both have, and we're just gonna move along now.
Yep. Okay.
So, but they're also called the outsiders because someone else calls them that, and then they're like, all right, sure.
Like, I guess that's what we are.
Yeah.
Fair
but
enough.
So, our boy Kuros, he goes to the king to basically be like, yo, one of your boys killed my son, you have to pay. But he does it in song.
Oh,
so,
here we go.
So this is the other song that I'm forcing her to listen to. We'll be back.
And Mads sings this?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're back. So, what are your reactions to the Bye Bye song?
What? I just watched. You were like the chorus took me out. I was like, okay, and like it's so great. And then and then it came and I was like, excuse me? This guy just lost his son very tragically.
So this was the reason. This is when I texted you saying, "Can I please talk about this movie?"
This was the moment.
Because the rhyming scheme. Because so the brother song, you know.
Oh wow, look at this.
We had our thing. We had our thing of brother rhyming with brother and blah blah blah. But then I forgot how much of like a cool song the Bye Bye song is, and then it takes you out with the chorus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I will say,
it was so close to being a great
yeah,
song.
Nick was like, "Oh my god, you have to send this to me because like it's really cool." And then I was like, "Wait, the chorus took me out," and then the chorus happened.
You still need to send it to me.
Yeah, I will. Don't you worry.
But,
but it's just so good, and then you're just like, "Oh, bye bye."
And then he's like circling around and like scratches a tree all dramatically and then goes bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Like a little kid, we're gonna go bye bye now. It's like you tell a little kid, you're like say bye bye. I have a video of me when I'm 2 years old, ironically in Epcot, and I go bye bye big ball, bye bye. So I call it the Epcot ball. Again, that's something a child would say.
Yeah, it just it.
You couldn't have used die once. Buy and die rhyme.
Mm-hmm. No. Bye bye. I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda, love you. You do bops. I don't know about these two.
Looks like dramatic like background music and like the drums.
Yeah.
And he's like circling around. Again, I'm sorry. If this is supposed to be like how real lions would react, they'd be like tumbling. They'd be like
Yeah, they wouldn't be singing about it.
And like he ends the song like perched on a little rock, not like in his face like growling or something. Just it's not dramatic enough, I feel like.
And then he leaves. He's like, "We're gonna kill you just this day or whatever."
Like sets a date.
Yeah, basically they set up a play date, and then he says bye bye, and then but yeah, the bye bye it threw me out, and this was before I knew it was Mads Mikkelsen. So then when I looked it up, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" Hannibal singing bye bye.
This is what he says to his victims before he eats them.
Bye bye. But
oh no.
So that was the whole reason why I was like, please let me talk about this because it was
unbelievable,
so weird,
amazing.
And then I started Maze's PowerPoint. I was like, oh, there's even more weird. But I think the songs, especially Bye Bye, the Bye Bye one took me out. But back to the plot because now we've had some songs. Let's go back to the plot.
Okay.
So everyone has their own little struggle. So Mufasa has to protect the heir because Kyros comes and he's like, I'm killing everyone. And also Kyros thinks that Mufasa killed the son.
Oh,
or no,
yeah, that's what it seemed like that from the song.
Yeah, because because if it was Taka, then like he'd like be killing like the heir to that pride as well. So
yeah.
So he's like, I killed him. So Kyros like, I'm coming for you. So then the king's like, yo, Mufasa, go take my son and yeet. Just like get out of here. So then Mufasa's like, okay, I have to protect the heir to, the throne and everything.
Okay.
And, so they just go off. And then, like, that the whole tribe is dead. Because, like, the next day, they're not even, like, halfway, the night falls, and the white lions have found them already. So, Taka's trouble, is that his whole tribe is dead. But then, don't worry, he doesn't even talk about that really. No one acknowledges that his entire life is ruined. Like, his whole family dead. But he gets friend-zoned, and that just ruins his life, essentially. We'll get back to that. And then we meet Sarabi, which, surprise, the outsiders killed her whole tribe, so she's trying to avenge her father.
Okay.
And then, Rafiki, we cut to a tree, and there's a bunch of... Because they call him a baboon, but he's like, I'm not a baboon.
Okay.
So, the Rafiki kind. The kind... it's a bunch of Rafikis, essentially.
Okay.
I forget the specific species.
Fair enough.
It's a bunch of them. And he gets outcasted from the tree.
Gotcha.
Because he's psychic. Because he predicted, there's going to be a drought this time, or there's going to be something this time, and they're, sick and tired because they're thinking that he's, doing it.
He's always causing all the things.
Yeah.
Bad juju.
Yeah. So they're like, you gotta go. And he's like, no problem, I'm gonna go find my brother. And
going with the brother.
I thought that, his brother also got, exiled? But no, it's a metaphorical brother, because it's Mufasa. Because once they get to the tree, Rafiki's like, you're my brother. And then I sat there like, am I stupid? Did I make up? Do I understand this plot? And the answer is no. But and then we have Zazu, who is Sarabi's like scout, and basically Sarabi's like, yeah, I needed someone, and he was there.
Okay.
So he's just kind of there, and he's trying to prove his worth the whole time, you know, because he's trying to actually be a scout, and then he's also Zazu, so you know. And then Kuros, you know, wants to avenge his son, and he's gonna make everyone pay for it. But most importantly, Timon and Pumbaa are not the center of attention. So, like, the third time that we cut back to Timon and Pumbaa, I'm like, oh, they're trying to make The Lion King 1.5.
Yeah.
Which was they were doing like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 for the first Lion King, and they were, you know, providing commentary and everything, but they were failing at this, and every time they cut back to do like funny ha-has, I was like, please, no, I can't handle this. And then we come back into a song, and I just be like, oh, okay, that song's better than what they were doing. But
Oh my
gosh. So they are going to, you know, try to find the Pride Lands, Malele, but beyond the horizon. Everyone's going there.
Okay.
And they sing a song about how, like, everyone belongs together. Hold on, what is it? Yeah. Oh, they go together. Oh no. 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 Things are getting spoiled. Oh no. Okay. So the song, like, everyone says, like, we go together. It's like The Brother, where they keep saying go together. So it's constantly. So Taka runs up on this giant, like, island thing, you know, that way. So he's up top there. Everyone else is down here. And then he's singing that him and Sarabi go together.
Okay.
So he's like, I'm in love with her. We belong together. But also, you are so far above her. Like, he is so up high. No one can see him or hear him. Mufasa and Sarabi are, like, talking, basically. Like, everyone's together, and he's just like, I'm up here, guys.
What?
So then you find out that they're like, oh, okay. He likes Sarabi, but we kind of know Sarabi and Mufasa get together.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole time I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, Taka thinks Sarabi and him go together. And then Mufasa is like, all right, sure. I'll try to set you guys up.
No.
So, but then,
oh no,
whoopsie doodles. It's like that scene in, like, Mean Girls where Gretchen is like, she can't help it if he want to get back together with her. Blah blah blah. Yeah. So
it's too close to home.
As I was making this PowerPoint, I was like, no, she's gonna bring this up.
It's okay. Moving on.
So yeah, Mufasa tries to be a wingman, but then, so there's, like, they're trying to get away from the lions, the white lions. So Sarabi, in her brilliance, decides to cause, like, a stampede of elephants. So she, like, hits a beehive. So then all the elephants are running, and there's, like, a stampede, and then basically, this is a bad idea, but so Sarabi gets knocked out, and Mufasa comes and saves her. And, like, but she's passed out, but he's like, I got you, blah, blah, blah. This is important, because Taka's like, Mufasa says, oh, Taka saved you. And then Taka's like, okay, but then Sarabi hears, oh, I'm so sorry. Rafiki basically brings Sarabi back to life. Because she's, like, dead or whatever, and then Rafiki's like, you're alive, and then she wakes up.
Well, how does Mufasa get to be the king? I'm just so confused.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't you worry. It's dumb. So then Sarabi hears Mufasa say, I got you. And then she's like, oh, wait, no, it was Mufasa that helped me. And Mufasa knew all these facts about me that Taka was trying to do. Oh. So Sarabi and Mufasa are better together. So then they have a little love song.
Okay.
And it's like 5 minutes after this happens. And then Taka sees that they, like, cuddled up. And he's like, oh my god, I can't believe Mufasa would do that to me. She was supposed to be with me. So then he gets so upset. He's like, I'm gonna make this everyone's problem. So he goes and finds the white lions, and he's like, I'll lead you to...
Dang.
Yeah, I'll lead you to the people. Because the whole time they've been, like, trudging through the snow, and then Zazu has been covering up their tracks so that, you know, they wouldn't know where they went.
Okay.
So then, but then Taka's like, yo, listen, I'll mark the way that we're going. So then they get to Molele, the Pride Lands, all this stuff. And then, you know, the outsiders have tracked them because, you know, Taka is, you know, allowing them. So then we're in Molele. Mufasa's mom is alive. And Mufasa's like, oh my god, where's dad?
Yeah.
And she's like,
and then,
dad's dead.
Yeah.
And then, so there's like a bunch of basically every animal that was in The Lion King at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's there. They're all there. And then they're all just like, you know, chilling and vibing. And then Mufasa's like, hey guys, these big lions are gonna come and kill everyone. So like, can we like not have that happen? And basically everyone's like, no. And then, but then they talk like a little bit longer and they're like, oh, okay, sure. Basically. And then, so they're all fighting the white lions and everything.
Here we go.
And then for some reason, there's earthquakes happening. Like the world is tumbling, like, or I guess they're fighting so hard that rocks are falling.
Disney loves their symbolism.
Yeah. So, so then, they're fighting and everything. And then, Taka, so like in 2 parts of the movie, people he loves are getting hurt or about to get hurt, but then he doesn't do anything to stop because he's scared. But then he's like, I'm gonna be a big man. So he runs in front of Kuros that was about to swipe him, and then so he gets the scar on his eye.
So he saves Mufasa twice.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. And then they start fighting in the same spot where Kiara and like everyone's at in present day. So like you're like, oh, I see that water hole. That's where that thing happened. Blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
So Mufasa and Heroes end up in the water, and then a rock falls again because rocks be fallen, and then so Mufasa sees the rock, so he moves out of the way, and then Kyros looks up and sees the rock and then gets crushed.
Of course, classic.
And then so Mufasa tries to get up and he's trying to get out of the water.
He still can't swim, huh?
Yeah. So he has his hands up again.
Yeah.
And then we do the same thing.
Do you know what that would mean though? His claws are going like through his paws.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then
there it is again.
Yeah, he helps him up, and you're just like, wow, that was so cool. I love it. Thanks. And then, so then Pride Rock gets formed during the earthquakes.
So that's what that rock.
So that rock was like up there, and then just
right.
whoop.
There it is.
And you see, and you're like, wow, that's so cool and completely unnecessary. Thank you very much. And then So after they're all fighting, and then they all win, and all the white lions are dead, and then everyone's like, yo, Mufasa, you should be king. And he's like, no, I couldn't possibly, unless, like, you want me to.
Oh my gosh.
So then he's like, all right, sure, I'll be in charge, but, like, we're all gonna be, like, equal.
What has he done so far? Like, I feel like Taka did everything, and Mufasa becomes king. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of starting to get a little bit why he's so upset about it. Like, you stole my woman and my kingdom? Like, bruh, you forgot about me?
Theoretically, the Pride, he was the king of that Pride. Like,
Taka was the king. Yeah, but the Pride all died except for him.
Yeah. But we're in a different land now.
New land.
Malele.
I know, but like...
But no, I agree. Especially because he's like...
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, you're the heir the whole movie. Wow. And then it's like, oh, and people want me to be in charge, though. That's not my fault.
People. It's a democracy.
Yeah. So then Taka's like, yo, I'm gonna peace out then, since like you know I betrayed you and everything. And then Mufasa's like, no, you have to stay. And then Taka's like, well, call me Scar so that I'll remember my betrayal. Blah blah blah. And they like backs away because he was the one that led the lions.
Sorry,
to
I forgot already.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was like one of the plot
so he was
points
gonna
of the actual
like a main plot. Yeah. Oops. So so he's like, I'm gonna go, and you're like, no, stay. And he's like, okay, like,
yeah, and then
you're
like screaming at the TV, like, no, he's gonna kill you, but okay.
Yeah.
So
everyone happy.
Yeah, everyone's happy. We know everyone's origins. Rafiki's stick, I forgot to mention, when Sarabi hits the beehive or whatever, there's a tree and then a stick falls down that he catches.
There we go.
And then he brings Sarabi back to life, and then so
There
we
we
learn
go.
everything. So then we cut to present day, which is where we start in the movie. So the rain has stopped, and then Kiara's like, "Oh, story's done, cool," and the rain stopped, thank God. So she's running out, and then Simba and Nala come, and there's like, "Look, it's your baby brother," and she says, "Whoa, I have a brother." And then I'm screaming, "Not the brother! I've always wanted a brother!" Yeah, but I'm screaming that. And then she's like, "I know just what I'm going to tell him. The story of Mufasa."
So here we go again.
Boom.
And then,
Credits roll.
And then Mufasa big on the screen
Yeah.
again.
Exactly.
And then dun-dun-dun, like Disney is like that
Yeah.
dun-dun-dun at the end of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
What's the first credit song? Do you remember? Is it something like really, really corny?
probably, I forget.
It's like
Honestly,
always like really.
it started rolling, and all of us just looked at each other, because it's my whole family, and we were just like,
Ugh.
what did we just watch? Because this was like almost 2 hours long.
I'm so glad I got the cat version. I don't need to watch it now. Like, no, I'm good. Thanks.
Do you have any questions besides
Just
why?
just why? That's exactly you put that on there because you knew it. That's what I would ask.
Yeah. So I mean,
Why?
the songs were cool.
Okay.
Some of them. The
It was
Bye Bye
Pretty.
still took me out.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, it was nice, but it was just
They
like,
didn't think
why?
through the plot.
Yeah.
Like, it can be pretty, but no one's gonna watch this because it's pretty. They want to be like engaged. Like, I don't want to. Like, if my popcorn's done,
I'm
like,
out.
I want to be so into the movie that I forget to get my popcorn. That's how you know it's a good movie. Just, I think you put a bow on it beautifully. Just like,
Just why?
why? I have to take this in now. I process this.
And don't worry, you will have either Bye Bye or the Brother song stuck in your head for the next few days.
Oh, definitely the Bye Bye.
Because
Actually, both.
yeah, since
Just put hands on my brother. My brother.
what you say, my brother. It's so aggressive because it's a child singing it with with like an accent, so you're just like, oh my god, no. Yeah.
I didn't know that song was from this.
That's the only thing I knew about this movie
I just-
when we started watching it.
Yep.
But and then because I remember like
Did you
Yeah,
like
for
stand up off the couch and start singing along when it like came on?
I did like mouth the words when it came to that part, and I was like,
Yes.
that's all I know about the movie. Thank
Cool.
you. Yeah. But yeah. So thank you for
Well,
coming
thank you.
to
Thank you for that.
my TED Talk. Thank you for letting me rant about this. I needed it because I was
You're
gonna
so-
text this all to you, but then I
You're
was
so
like,
welcome.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You were like,
If
it's
we,
my episode.
yeah.
I was like, sure, that's cool. I like PowerPoints. So why Disney? That's their question.
Yeah. Disney does not
So.
care about people pleasing. They do what they want.
But you know who does care about people pleasing?
Us. And apparently only us now.
I'll go first. I'll let you your voice take a little break. So, one of my side hustles is I do like freelance stuff. So like event planning and like posters and flyers and like social media. So this one nonprofit needed me to make them a program for their fundraiser, and I was like, that's fine. It's just like this past week, just to add another thing, it was like every time I sent an email, I got, oh, this was wrong, make a new one. So I'd download a PDF, high quality PDF that took up space, emailed it, then like literally 2 hours later, I get, this thing was also spelled wrong, I need you to add this. Like, okay. So I download another high quality PDF, I send it. After like the 5th time, I was like, do I finally tell them no more edits? No.
Yeah. Also, like, why couldn't she like look at the whole thing?
Batch
at
them?
once? Yep.
This is not the first time.
Oh no.
Almost everything I design for them, I get 4 to 5 edits back. It's gotten to a point where I've had someone be like the go-between, be like, I need you to take the 20 emails you just sent and put it into like 3 maximum. So I'm not scrolling through my work email that has like literally 100 messages a day. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna dig through to find that like I misspelled, you know, this name wrong, or like this wasn't the color you wanted. And then they'll tell me, design it like however you want. You have freedom. Just use like.
But not this way.
And then it's like, yep. But then it's like, no, but not like that, not like that. Most people that I design for need a basis to go off of, then they give me all the edits. But they can't give me, they have no idea what they want until they see it. So that was my people pleasing. I had just clocked out of my job, and she says, okay, I'm leaving the office in 30 minutes. I would like to get this email out today. Can you edit this? So I'm like, okay, 1 second. And I like I don't speed. I drive like a grandma. So instead of going 5 miles below, I did the speed limit.
Whoa.
Whoa, crazy.
Daredevil over here.
Crazy. At the stoplights, I was like reading to see like what exactly she wanted me to edit. So I like in my brain, I knew exactly where I need to go. The second I get home, Wi-Fi sucks in my house. So like I couldn't edit it in the car. So I run inside. I'm about to be picked up to go somewhere too. So I'm like, don't want to like be late. So I run inside and I'm just like basically yelling at my phone, like whisper screaming because my sister's taking a nap upstairs. And I'm like, just work, please. Just upload what you need to upload. So like within, like I got it within the nick of time. Like I had 2 minutes left before she was going to leave the office and she finally got it. Guess who didn't send the email until 8 a.m. the next morning?
Of course. Of course. Well, she was like, I already packed up my things. I guess I'm just not going to do it.
This can wait till tomorrow. I had to wait until I had spent 2 hours on that already that day to hear it can wait till tomorrow. Like, really? I could have done this from the comfort of my couch watching a TV show and it would have been way more chill. But no. So we're going to learn to speak up for ourselves. And be like, no, that's it. That's a nonprofit. Like, I don't charge a lot because I know these are startup companies and they're nonprofits and I want to help. But please don't make me pull my hair out. That's all I ask. Thank you for letting me rant. I appreciate it. And now, on to Kat. On to you. Back to you.
Thanks, Nick. So, I guess my people pleasing has to deal with Joanne's again because I do be going every week at least once a week.
I get the updates. I know.
Yeah, because if there's a yarn that I'm like she might want it, I'm sending pictures.
No, it's very sweet. But like, I know when she goes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's ticking. The clock is ticking.
So I was at a different Joann's, and they had more yarn, and they had like the yarn that they had white yarn and black yarn and stuff, and I was like, oh.
Whoa.
So I like threw a bunch of things in the cart, and then also,
of course,
so I was like over like 20 things of yarn that was in this cart, and then
which is at 60% now, right? I think. Yeah.
As per usual, someone sees my giant cart and they're like, oh, someone's gonna be knitting.
No.
And I was
Did they say knitting too?
Yes. Yeah. But then,
do you see the kind of yarn she's using? Excuse me?
But then, so it was a guy, and then like I guess his mother, because she was also buying yarn. It's like, she's buying a bunch of yarn too. Why are you coming to me, sir? And then she turned around. She's like, oh, what do you do? So like I got stuck into like a 20-minute conversation with her about crocheting.
And you couldn't walk away?
Yeah, because she crochets blankets. And like she can't do round, but I can only do round and blah blah. Blah. So we like were just talking, and like it was very sweet. It started off with me wanting to like punch a man, but then like it was very sweet, and but I was just standing there like, yo, I got things to do. I gotta go. But all right, I'll talk to you more about rounds, circles, and stuff.
Oh. Yeah. Wait, did she ask for like your Facebook or a number or something?
No.
We should.
No. She did say that we should exchange stuff sometimes, but then she just left.
Then she left.
Like,
okay,
cool.
That actually like bullet dodge, because there's one lady that I got yarn from on Facebook Marketplace, and I got an incredible deal. And I went to her house and she said, "Come on in here," and she didn't have any of the yarn packed up. I was like, "Here we go. The next hour of my life is gone." And I couldn't feel bad leaving because she gave me such a good deal on the yarn, and she was like, "Make sure you update me on stuff." And she had my Facebook, but she didn't reach out after. So it's like, oh, there was one lady that gave me wool yarn that I told I would ship something to her with, but I don't know what to make. So it's for another day. But like,
it's a future problem.
And I owe you a basket. You have no idea how hard it is to make a basket with acrylic yarn. It's happening. It's going. Okay. It just looks so bad. I cannot give it to you. So we're gonna work it again. That's one of those things like. You're probably like you're out making dinos and purses and you can't make my basket.
Oh, honestly, no, I forgot about probably the basket, yeah.
I figured as
Yeah.
much, but I very much did not forget.
Mm-hmm. No,
yeah. There's only so much patience. I think it's because it's not thick enough of a yarn, and like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those wooden circles with the holes in them that you can like
Mm-hmm.
make a basket with.
So it's like
I'm
the
not bad at
base of
explaining.
it,
Yeah, the base of it. The acrylic's not working with it. We're gonna figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for
Thanks for listening to my ranting.
to our Disney episode. I don't know why I call it Disney. I like Disney World.
Disney World.
Disney World. I don't know.
And also, please let me know if you like my Disney ranting, because I will watch the Snow White movie, and I
Oh
will
my gosh.
make another PowerPoint.
Oh no.
Please give me a reason to do it. Please. Please, I ask you. I beg of you. But we will see you next week for not Disney,
Yes.
but
For other fun things.
yeah. We shall see you then. Goodbye.
Bye.